All right, I'm sitting here with someone very special to me. Tell the people who you are.
My name is Elder Tony Harper. I'm from Salem Bible Church. Dr. Joe and I been boys for 30 plus years. We've been in this journey for a long, long time.
Yeah, well, you first of all, we call you. Your name is Byron Harper, but we call you T Money. So thank you for doing this. Now, I want to ask you a couple questions. You're no stranger to the 40 Turn Up and the journey and all the processes, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you recently went through the 40-day Turn Up back in 2003, and you had great results.
Yes, sir.
How was your experience for the 40-day Turn Up for people who are about to come through?
The 40-day Turn Up was a mind changing, and it was something that made me to have to hold myself accountable for losing weight, but it was more so on being disciplined.
What are some of the things that you got out of the 40-day Turn Up that were more than just like weight loss? Like, what are some of the things that people can anticipate that makes this different, if that makes sense?
One of the things is being held accountable. Every time you get on that scale, you're going to be held accountable of that weight, because that scale not going to lie. And one of the things that I would say would be that when you get on that scale, every time that you don't get on there, it is a chance that you could gain some weight. And 1 pound will lead to 2 pounds, 2 pounds leads to 4, 4 leads to 8, and before you can gain 10 to 15 pounds in a week.
Now, what are some of the ways that you feel that you changed when you went through the 40-day Turn Up? Just things that maybe you don't do today that you did then.
One of the things was, before I wasn't weighing myself every day. One of the things, I wasn't measuring my food every day. Another thing was I would eat and I would have snacks. And a lot of times in having those snacks, you would eat late night, or you would just have like cravings. One of my go-tos and my craving was French fries. I could eat French fries 7 days a week. And I wasn't drinking water like I needed to. I would drink more sodas, juice, and the things was, and what I go back to say about being disciplined. When you're disciplined and saying that you shouldn't be eating or drinking some of the things, one of the things that you've shared with us is don't drink your calories. When you drink water, you're not going to gain anything, but when you're drinking the juices, it's filled with sugar. So a lot of times you're gaining weight and you don't realize that you're gaining the weight more so than just eating things, because you think, okay, if I eat something, I know I'm gonna gain this weight because I know it's something I shouldn't be eating. But when you're drinking juice, it's so many hidden sugars in there. Because one thing we gotta do, we gotta learn. Another thing, I learned how to read those labels.
Yeah.
So when reading those labels, you start to see the calories and the intake with the different types of sugar, the corn syrup, different things in there. So it's just a thing being held accountable, reading the labels, and just manning up.
Yeah. Now, the point I want to get to is reset, because you had successes in the 40-day Turn Up. You fell off the wagon, and when you heard of reset, which was the beginning of 2025, you jumped on head first. And per your words, you said to me that your reset experience was more impactful than the 40-day Turn Up. How was reset for you?
All I'm gonna tell y'all is chapter 2. Chapter 2 was addictions. I read my reset book sometimes when I feel like that I'm having that cringe or that urge. I go back to that. And chapter 2 is about addictions. I had to come up and I had to man up to myself and say I had a food addiction. Being that I had a food addiction, I would eat, a lot of times people don't really understand about, we eat at weddings, we eat at birthday parties, we eat at celebrations, we eat at funerals. It's always about eating, but we have to learn how to not necessarily eat to be full. We have to eat to where it's more so of a comfort. And when we eat to where we're comfortable, we're not going to be full and we're not going to be overeating. And that's one of the key things that we have to learn how to do, not overeat. Because when you overeat, that's when the excess weight comes on. And when you don't exercise, exercise is going to be the key to getting that body moving. I always say when I'm posting when I get on my Peloton, I want to get my heart pumping and my blood flowing. It's a thing once I get on there and I get everything, I try to burn anywhere from 300 to 1,000 calories. I either cycle 9 miles in 30 minutes or I cycle 18 miles in an hour. So once you get that heart pumping, and if you can burn more calories than you're putting into your body, that's when you start to see the results. And you drinking that water. Yeah. Drinking that water is the key.
Now, one of the things about Reset, as you know, is designed not to just get people results, but to help show them where they messed up. Do you feel that happened for you when you went through Reset?
Oh, most definitely, because each chapter is something that will give you where one chapter is about accountability. It shows you where you messed up and how you messed up. And it makes you to write down and to understand that this is something that I have to be willing to do, and I have to hold myself accountable for this, because nobody else can hold me accountable for it.
Now, so you went through Reset, you were successful in it, you felt that it did the job that we said it was going to do, and now you are actually in the journey. Now, I want you to tell the people how your weight loss has been from when you started Reset and now that you're in the journey. Tell them, give them some metrics, some pounds, let them know where you started, where you are.
I started in Reset. I was 386 or 376, 386.
Okay.
I lost 65 pounds in 40 days in the Reset.
Wow.
And I've lost now 29 pounds in the journey.
So you almost at 100.
Yes, sir.
This year.
Yes, sir.
In 25.
Yes, sir.
How does that make you feel? You look great.
I feel amazing. It's a picture that I looked at in my phone. And I looked at it and it bothered me. But it showed me.
What about it bothered you?
To see that I had gotten almost up to 400 pounds. And it was something that really was a transformation to me, because I could see, had I not gone through the Reset or had I not gone through the turn up, I may not be sitting here doing this interview.
Wow. So to the individual who has come through the 40-day turn up, maybe they've lost their weight, maybe they didn't gain all the weight back, some of it, can you conclusively recommend and say that you feel that Reset will help that person not only to retain where they were, but to identify what made them lose it?
If the key word I would say to a person would be to embrace. If they can embrace this process, and understand, take myself out of the equation, it's something that it's a game changer. It will change your life.
Well, I've been around you since I know you, we know each other very well. And one of the things that I have seen about you and your change is you've changed in so many ways. Your conversation is different. Your talk about relationships is different. Your talk about your future is different. Your talk about God is different. How do you feel? Do you feel like that other buckets in your life have adjusted? Because you for as much weight as you've lost, you've changed as an individual in a positive way. Do you feel that as well?
About 3 months ago, I had a situation that I went through. And once I embraced this situation and I accepted it, I feel like that not necessarily just the pounds were lifted up for me, but it was a situation I was dealing with. It opened up because it was more of a blessing that happened to me, and I felt like it was more to like 100 pounds was lifted off of me. And so I changed the way that I thought. I started loving on myself more. I started learning to love me, because if I would be no earthly good to my daughter, I wouldn't be no earthly good to in being in a relationship or with anything if I didn't love myself and I didn't take care of myself.
Wow. Well, I'm proud of you, man. And you've come a long way. Thank you for sitting here and sharing this story, because I'm certain that it's going to meet the hearts and minds of a lot of people. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we got Byron and Tonya Harper. Now, you're an entrepreneur.
Yes, sir.
You keep us men dressed,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
How
sir.
can people contact you?
They can reach out to me on my Facebook page. It's Antonio Harper.
Spell that.
AntonioHarper.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
Okay.
And on IG is Tony Harper, TonyHarper. And I can be reached by email, TonyHarper0804. That's TonyHarper0804 @gmail.com. And my cell is 770-595-9740.
So you keep the brothers clean. Tell them some of the things that you sell.
I sell glasses like what I have on.
So nice.
I do men's suits, shirts, ties, personal shopping, cufflinks. I can make you look good, feel good, and you will produce well.
Hey, that's what it is. Well, Byron and Tonya Harper, man, thank you so much, Elder T Money, for being with us. Your testimony is going to impact many lives. God bless you, man.
All right.
Peace.